The Little Panda Fighter is an animated movie that was released only a few months after, well, you can probably guess what film. So as you know, I'm not one to shy away from mockbusters, but an animated mockbuster, this is new ground even for me. When I brought this movie from Amazon, it actually states in the title that it is not Kung Fu Panda. I mean, when the vendor of your shitty movie has to openly say to people, this isn't the good one, you know you're treading on thin ice. The company who's responsible for this atrocity is Video Brinquedo, a Brazilian production company that are responsible for many classics such as The Little Cars, Rototing, this movie, and Tiny Robots. You know, classics. So let's not beat around the bush. This is A Little Panda Fighter, one of the worst animated movies I've ever saw, and this come out in 2008. So the movie doesn't wait around and throws us straight into that title screen. What?
Stop the daydreaming, Pancata.
Wait. How did that polar bear teleport?
Ain't gonna mop itself, you know.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Polaris. I guess they must have drifted off for a second.
No, stop. We're only 30 seconds in, and I have so many questions. What's going on? Why did he whistle so weird? What's wrong with the animation? Why does the voice actor sound like he had the gaps in his lines edited out, but they were just a little bit too close together? This is so much to take in, and I'm just so confused.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Polaris. I guess they must have drifted off for a second. It won't happen again, sir, I promise.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's Yugi? That's Yugi?
But Grandpa, you need help. I've got to get you to a doctor.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Polaris. I guess they must have drifted off for a second.
It's him, isn't it? What happened? The voice of Yugi, Dan Green, is in this? Anyways, this is our main character, a panda named Pancata. He works at the Bear Bar Box, as seen at the title screen 5 seconds in, cleaning the floors. In this bar, they have... Oh, I am sorry, movie. Did I annoy you that I was trying to explain to my lovely audience your plot, but instead you're showing me the panda doing whatever you call this? I'm having real trouble talking about anything that's going on in this film. Now don't get me wrong, it's not as if it's some Inception level of difficulty, but this movie jumps around everything so quickly and it's so fast paced. It's nothing like I'm used to on this channel. So, fuck this movie, basically. So where was I? Oh yeah, a panda named Pancata who works at a fight club for animals, and he's in love with this bear called Honey, I believe. Is that a Care Bear? Wait, why does The Little Panda Fighter, a film made by people that are infamous for ripping ideas off, shock me that they're using another company's IP in here? Fuck it, what does it matter anyway? So this is the big fight. The big cunt with the mohawk is Freak Teddy. I know, and he's the current champ.
Wake me up! I can't wake up! Save me!
The pacing is just so weird. So this is Polaris. He owns the bar and he's complaining that nobody's come to see the fight because Freak Teddy always wins. But I mean, it looked pretty packed earlier. And this is the Snot Bear. He's the bookie of the place and he's just so annoying. Polaris used to fight and he says that he could totally wreck the big tart from earlier, but due to his contract, he can't, or he'll lose the bar. I just want to point out something real quick, because this isn't told to us until later. This contract is with the Snot Bear, so he is his business partner. So who made this contract up? If it was either of them, they are actively disabling their chances of attracting more customers due to fucking rules that they have made.
Can I get you anything, Mr. Grizzlepuss?
His name is Grizzlepuss. I've got nothing.
Oh man, that Teddy's really something.
Can we just quickly talk about the dubbing? It's pretty clear this movie wasn't made in English. So the mouth doesn't sync up at all. But there's this weird disconnect between the characters of what they're saying and the animation. It just seems that they stare dead-eyed for a while the mouth just flaps up and down a little bit longer than it actually should, and then it cuts off.
Yeah, that Teddy thunders. He may be a pain in Polaris's paw, but the girls go googly over him.
Yeah, you said it.
I'm sorry, you haven't even spoke to Pancarda yet, so he hasn't got a fucking clue what you're talking about, Grizzlepuss.
I wish they were googly over me that way.
But you got the heart of the cards, Yogi. Collingwood has no chance. So Pancarda wants to leave earlier.
It's not like you ever have a date. Who'd go out with you?
You. You fucking would, you silly little slag.
Yeah, Pancata, come on in.
Why do we need that awkward moments of silence movie?
Biz, there's no one good enough to challenge him.
I bet you could give Freak Teddy a run for his money.
Why did that line come out so weird? There's so many things wrong with this movie. In such a short amount of time. I'm going into absolute overdrive, even trying to talk about half of these things. So Pancarda says Polaris could knock the big cunt out easy, and then he swears in a kid's film.
Aw, gee, what a shame.
Movie, what's your fucking language, right? This is a kid's film.
I wish I could help somehow, but I really don't know much about it.
This writing is just so disgusting. So Polaris comes up with the idea to... No, well, fuck that. We're done with that scene, apparently. So Pancarda studies something with this little dude. What the actual fuck is going on right now?
Are you nuts?
Thank you for that movie. So we're a fifth of the way through this movie, and I just don't have the energy anymore. It's just so hard. You know, so hard. So Polaris finds his old fighting outfit and tries it on. He then takes it off and tells Pancarda to wash it. Polaris then says something, but it comes out really weird and disjointed.
Thunderbud himself, that jerk.
Oh my head. Okay, I'm done talking about how bad the dialogue is, because if I don't, I'll be here all day. Pancarda then washes the outfit and we just sit there for like forever. This is the longest the movie has sat still so far. Okay. Dancing? What encouraged this? So Pancarda lies about what he's doing down here. He tells Honey that he's practicing martial arts, which is bullshit. But we don't know that. And Honey, being the shallow puddle of wang she is impressed by this? Also, why is she the only animal in this entire film that has human-like hair? This is just weird.
Lucky he's wearing a mask. That way no one will know who he is when he inevitably bites the dust.
No. I'm not picking up on that. I'm not making a thing about that. You heard it. Polaris then calls Pancarda into the office. He then runs off because he completely forgot about the costume. But then he falls down the only stairs into the office, straight into the basement. So where was the ground floor? Oh shit, it's big fight night. Freak Teddy versus Polaris. Horrible animation meets terrible dubbing. This is going to end painfully for both of us, so leave now. I've warned you. So just before the fight starts, Polaris' outfit then decides to shrink on him, making Polaris look like a panda, which is a little bit racist. Why'd you keep cutting away from something that is only slightly interesting to something I couldn't give a fuck about? Like, I don't care that the panda wants to dance. I don't care that he's applying for a dance academy. Stop diving all over the place and just try and focus on one thing, movie. So the fight starts. Check that whiff. Oh shit, it got real. Oh. Wow. No. Piss off, movie, I don't care. Polaris then gets kicked down. He then reverses it with expert timing. Oh no. And because Honey is shallow, she starts falling for Pancarda because everybody thinks it's him in the ring, when really, no, I said piss off. What the fuck was that? So at Pancarda's dance audition, the judges accept him. And do you want to know how many times this is brought up, or even mentioned for the rest of the movie? Not even fucking once. This is the last we hear about Pancarda's dance career. So he walks home all depressed, even though he got the position at the academy. So why is he upset? When all of a sudden, Honey rolls up to him, literally, and starts gushing all over him.
I think you are just a big stinker, and to show you how upset I really am with you, I'm gonna have to give you a big kiss right here.
Oh, That showed him, you harsh cow. Polaris calls him over and explains that people think it was him who was fighting last night. But obviously, nothing can be said because that would break the contract.
Talking about?
You mean? You thought I was really talking.
I usually don't leave in unedited footage much in these movies, but that was so painful you just had to see it in full. So, yeah, you can thank me later. So, enough of that. So Pancora goes to Master Jin, that was the little dude by the way, about how everybody's being nice to him because they think he fought the fight. So Master Jin then tells him that he should actually go and fight for himself and earn that respect. So the next day, Pancora goes into Polaris to tell him that he wants to fight with Freak Teddy in the rematch in a couple of days. Yeah, bullshit on that.
You see, I want to be the one to fight Teddy Thunders.
What?
You do realise that you will get absolutely slaughtered. So they like to keep calling this guy Teddy Thunders.
It's Teddy Thunders.
But then when they go to the stare-off, they call him Freak Teddy. Like they have in this entire movie so far. Oh boy, training montage. This goes on for like 5 minutes. That's 10% of the movie. That's 10% of this. Are you still here? Good, I suppose. So with all Pancora's training and running, he's in prime fighting condition. Pancora can't lose.
There goes my other eye.
It's playing games, huh? Well, I'll show you two can play that game. Panda Punk.
Wake me up! I can't.
Well, fuck that then, I suppose. Pancora finally regains consciousness and speaks with Polaris, apologising for losing the match. But Polaris doesn't really give a fuck because he placed every bit of money he had on Pancora to lose. What a prick. So he's stinking rich. Grizzlepuss susses out that Pancora wasn't fighting, it was actually Polaris in the first fight. But then when he goes to speak to him, Pancora tells him that Polaris has fucked off to Iceland or somewhere and has gave Pancora his half of the club. And Pancora, being the smart Alex he is, replaces the entertainment from the bar from fighting to dancing.
You're yanking my fur again, ain't ya?
That was the film. Yeah, that was the ending. What was that? What was that? So that was Little Panda Fighter, and it was horrendous. The animation was that bad, it felt like they'd purchased the animation package, but only about 4 of the different cycles, so they tried to stitch all those cycles together to portray some emotion. And speaking of emotion, there was a severe lack of it. This movie clearly wasn't in English when they brought it over, so they just dubbed it. But the dubbing's that bad that the mouth just flaps, and it's poor. It's so poor. The plot was literally non-existent. The whole entire bit with Pancora wanting to join the dance academy, it had zero impact on the story. Absolute zero. It was just something that he did, and it didn't affect the result of anything. So that was a Little Panda Fighter. 50 minutes of unadulterated bad animation and terrible dubbing. But do you know the worst thing? The absolute worst thing about this movie is that it's actually viewable. I mean, not as in it's on YouTube so you can watch it, well there is that, but watching it was actually a good laugh. 50 minutes isn't that long of a time in all fairness. So watching this I was laughing my whole way through it and it didn't seem that long. So I don't know if I can recommend this film. But if it's on, I suppose you can have a good time with it. Anyways, I don't know what's happened lately, but the channel's been blowing up, which is fucking awesome. So I really appreciate you guys coming over and subscribing and doing what you do. Yeah, so you are awesome. I don't know you all by name, obviously. That'd be, I don't know 600 people at all, but whatever. You guys mean a lot to me, so I just wanted to let you guys know you're awesome. People are stuck around and brand new people, so whatever. So for those people that don't know, I'm Josh. I don't have a sign off, so just go away. Don't know what the weird hand movement was. Should retake that, but yeah, fuck it's on YouTube.